Well, guys, it is Captain's Day today, which this promo might be good. It might be terrible. I don't know what this is. No one knows what this is, really. We do have a very big evolution leak that some leakers are saying is the best evolution yet so far this year in terms of any position, apparently, and we'll see if that actually comes true or not, but we will talk about that. We've got more SBC leaks that we know we're not getting very many that are good for this promo in terms of this promo team, but we've got 2 flashbacks leaks today, plus a new icon pick as well. And the 2 flashbacks are going to be pretty good. One for sure is going to be good, but I think both will be depending on the stats, and we'll talk about that when we get there. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. And as always, we got more controversy today, 1 being the XP stuff that we'll talk about, and 2 being an evolution that is in the store again that is unnamed, that is interesting. So we'll get into everything, of course, and I love you and thank you all for watching, of course, every single day. And yeah, why don't we get started with this XP stuff? So we actually got quite a bit of XP in weekly objectives and Ultimate Team, but actually the majority of XP released was in other game modes. So manager live objectives here, 500 only for this, where it's 1, 2, and 3 manager live challenges, but the manager objectives here, you got 1,000 per each, play 3, play 5, and 1,000 for the group reward. This one's 7, 7, 7, and 400. And then player as well, players at 500, and then a couple are at 1,000 here, and it's complete 40 match objectives. So a lot of XP in other game modes, which what do you guys think about that? Because I kind of find that strange that they want you to go to other modes to complete XP. And that was a general sentiment on Twitter, is like, why would they want us to leave Ultimate Team, the money spending game mode, to go play other game modes? I think what they actually want from this is players who are playing the other modes, like the player objectives, if you're playing a player career mode, or the manager live objectives if you're playing the, well, less so these are 500 XP, but same kind of things here. You have 1,000 XP for the career mode guys, right? 1,000 XP per. These guys are more incentivized to go to Ultimate Team to claim their rewards because they're gaining levels very quickly. So I think that's why they don't want you leaving Ultimate Team to get a lot of XP, even though you obviously have to. I think they think they have you hooked, is my guess, right? They think if you leave Ultimate Team to go play these manager career mode objectives, you're going to come back to get the rewards. But if you are a manager career mode player, you might leave manager career mode to go claim your rewards in Ultimate Team. So I think that's why this is happening. It seems counterintuitive, but I think that is their thought process behind all the XP coming out now in other game modes rather than Ultimate Team. But of course, the FUT players didn't really like that. Like, why do I got to play other modes? And I do think it is a little strange to do that, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I think they always say they try and release enough XP to where you don't have to play other modes at all to get to level 40, but you know, right now we're at 13 days left of the season, and I'm at level 7 here doing, I think, every single Ultimate Team objective, and I've not done any other ones, but I think every FUT one I've done, and I'll get to level, what, like 12 or something like that, or 11 with the FUT objectives here, and then from down here, these objectives too, you know, we'll get to like maybe level, you know, close to level 20 maybe, or something like that, I would say. Maybe not even that much, maybe like level 17, 10 levels, right? It's like level 17 though, and the seasonal ones expire in 2 weeks, which is when the season ends, and the other ones that we just saw expire in a week, we'll get another set of those, but that's it. Like, you kind of add up all the XP and you're like, damn, where's all the XP coming from? Other modes, I guess, and I don't know what to make of that. Not that the season was even good anyway, right? You know, we talked about the season not being very good, but I do want to say here quickly, guys, hopefully if you're watching this video, it didn't expire already, but it's like a couple hours after I upload it expires, and it's Game Changer Plus expiring. It's like Shadow Striker Plus, couple of cosmetics here, the Red Fire, the Blue Ice, Inventive Plus expires too in 6 hours from when I'm recording this, which I think is like 2 hours post upload. So I don't know why it's just a weird time, but if you're seeing this, watch out for that. But okay, let's move on now to the leaks and the news. So the very first thing here, FUT Police Leaks is dropping bombs again, and unfortunately, you know, the bombs don't mean what they used to. We used to have, when FUT Police Leaks was dropping bombs, it was like, oh my God, stand by everybody. We might have some nuclear news right now. You know, that's no longer the case. Ever since the premium Discords took over, things have changed for the worse for all of us. Just like the entire world every day, it seems like at this point. FUT Police Leaks drops the bombs again. And he does say tomorrow's Evo, and he has some mystery emojis in here. Nostalgia level 99, crying emoji, crying emoji. A great concept is back. What does this mean? mean, no one knows, right? But we did hear some more news eventually, and that was right here. So this big evolution is a center back Evo. Araujo and Murillo can be used. Gives Anticipate plus, stats upgrade, play styles upgrade as well. And the rumor is the stats look something like this, where it is like big stats upgrades combined with Anticipate plus, which if you guys don't know, this is like by far the best defensive play style to me, and it's not even really close. It is triggered when you don't actually press circle this year, which I think that was not the case last year. It is like a necessity for my team. Even the plus, I want to say, is almost a necessity for my team. It is insanely good, but Araujo and Murillo are the two guys here that are like the more hyped up players. Eder Militao as well, I think, fits in. This informed Harry Maguire, who we called this, by the way. Maguire is going to fit in an Evo soon, and when he does fit, he's going to go up, and we called that. And FUT Spy here does say max 87 pace, max 84 rating, max 3 positions. As of right now are the requirements. We've seen some requirements be changed very, very late on, like almost right before content, we've seen them be changed. So that's obviously tentative here, but more than likely these are the requirements for this evolution. Apparently, it's like one of the best ones of the year. So I'm assuming, if it's a center back Evo, it has to be really, really good. And because of this, center backs have dropped a lot in the market right now, especially the Anticipate plus ones. And yeah, it's funny to try to find like exact requirements nowadays for evolutions because they don't want you to see them. Like a lot of these traders obviously have their own discords now. They want to sell their leaks rather than, give them out for free. And finding the exact ones, I think none of the leakers that are like big tweeted out the exact requirements. Like FUT Agent never did. I think AC never did. I think FUT Police Leaks never did. They would just highlight some guys that fit, right? And then Teddy in the replies says the exact requirements here when like they wouldn't do it, which is always funny because, welcome to 2025. It's actually getting close to 2026, which, good God, most of us are getting ancient at this point. But very quickly here, random side note, tips to complete the manager XP quickly. Unique Riggers, a great Twitter account. Shout them out. Screenshot this with my big ass head inside of it if you want to save this for later if you're doing these manager XP objectives. However, for some of you, it might not be worth it because the season pass sucks. So just showing you some nice tips here. And let's go into our 2 flashbacks. So the first one here is Wendy Renard flashback. And obviously, if you guys know, over the last couple of years, Renard's been actually a really good women's center back. She's like 6'2". She's basically a men's center back. 77 pace, 89 defending, 86 physical, and Anticipate plus, which this card's going to be awesome. Great links, good physicals on her as well. So yeah, that's going to be a nice flashback here. That was actually the second flashback we got leaked. The very first one, though, had more hype behind it. Might not be quite as good. Well, actually, I take that back. Probably going to be very good still, but not quite as good due to links. And that is going to be Angel Di Maria. So Di Maria, technical plus, great dribbling, 87 pace, 85 shot, 88 passing. The only unfortunate thing about this card, obviously, is just the links. And Argentina, obviously, is not bad, but just the Argentinian league, obviously not the most ideal. It's not an end of an era card either, which, would have better chemistry. Flashbacks have the same chemistry, but the card itself should be pretty good with the tech plus, obviously, being back again. And then let's go to our new icon pick SBC now. And that is right here. We got Robin Van Persie, Sol Campbell, and Luis Figo. So this one maybe not quite as insane. Sol Campbell's nice, of course. I think that's always a nice addition to the team. Is like an icon center back is always good. One that is good. And Figo with Tech Plus being so good this year, maybe he's actually better than previous years, but I don't know. It's a solid icon pick, I would say. And also, if you guys don't know, I think the Vidic and Zambrotta one expires at content time today, I believe. And I think all three of these cards are around the 300k mark on the market. What's Sol Campbell going for here? Yep, Sol Campbell's 305. Luis Figo is 274. And I'm assuming Van Persie's probably like 250. What's our boy Van Persie at? 269. So Sol Campbell's the best of the three, it seems like, market value wise. And yeah, I still do like these icon picks because I think at this point we should see like almost every icon be released as an SBC, even if it's not just straight up the normal player SBC, which you haven't even seen one of those yet. But I at least like they're going to release these when they're like in the power curve, right? Because they could wait a month and drop a Figo SBC that nobody cares about, or at least now Figo, Campbell, Van Persie can fit in people's teams right now, which in a month they probably aren't going to. But okay, here, official stats for all 43 cards of this captain's promo. Let's take a little zoom in and take a look at these stats. We saw like 4 or 5 of them yesterday, but we didn't see most of them. So Harry Kane here, finesse plus for Kane, 81 pace for him. Donnarumma still has question marks. I don't know how that happened exactly. Ronaldo's stats we saw, Payor's stats we saw. Heaps boost down here. 85 pace. Really nice cam card. Incisive plus for her is nice. Williamson and Paredes, women's center backs aren't the most ideal, but look like good cards. Odegaard, 83 pace for him. Alvaro Morata, no playstyle plus, unfortunately. Who else do we got down here? Harder, they took away her tech plus. No, man. Harder's so good in this game with tech plus. They took that away for, I think that's a game changer. Bernardo Silva has tiki-taka plus. Okay, Chouameni looks pretty good. Who else has playstyle pluses in here? Mbach, I think she's got like the aerial fortress playstyle plus, I want to say. And then that's it. You got Jordan Ayew, who's got rapid. Okay. And I do wonder why there are so many cards here, which I'm not complaining about at all. I just think it's interesting that this promo is not like an upgradable promo, and they still went and dropped like 43 plus cards. So maybe that's a sign for the future that we'll see more promo cards in each promo team, which then would make them, I guess, more packable maybe if the odds are different. But yeah, I don't know what to make of this promo. Is it going to be good? Who the hell knows? But a big thing with this is that there's no icons or heroes leaked, and we did call this. It looks like Festival of Football Captain's icons are coming of some kind because the design's leaked. So here's a Zlatan card that's not leaked, but I don't know if it'll be a Team 2 thing or what. But yes, this is a card design that exists, and we don't see them as of now. So where will they come in? I'm not too sure. And then we had our second controversy here, and it was around this pack leak, actually. So we open the image in a new tab, and we zoom in a little bit here. We got this one singular pack leak, and it's a Welcome to Ultimate Team pack. It contains one icon lone player pick. Okay, whatever. Then a 180 to 83 overall winger player pick, 1 of 5, and then one Ultimate Team Evo token to upgrade your chosen winger, as well as a draft token. So what does that Evo entail, though? Like, how good is this Evo token? This did stir up some debate because it's like, you know, imagine they made this Evo token be like a crazy 88 overall winger. The only way to get it is by spending 100k or whatever in the store to get that evolution, and it's not in the actual evolution section. Now, is that much different than an actual paid evolution? I don't know, right? But maybe they can make it more expensive because they're tying more things to it. Tie in a lone icon pick. They tie in a draft token. They can price it more expensive than it would have been if it was just in the evolution section. You know, I don't exactly know, but I do think it's interesting that they didn't explain what the evolution is at all, and I think we'll see it when it comes out. Obviously, we'll know what it is when people buy it, but prior to that, it could be anything. Like, this could be one that we've seen already, or it could be one that we've not seen already and is crazy. And if that's the case, that opens a door then to other times where evolutions can come into the store and be crazy and exclusive to the store and not dropped in the evolution section. So something to think about, I guess. And I think for the most part, evolutions in the store versus the evolution section are not that much different. It's just that I think they can price it more because they can tie it with other stuff, right? Like we just talked about before. If they want to put in a 75 by 20 in your store pack that has a new evolution inside of it, they can price it like another 100k higher. But the reason they actually add that is because they want you to spend FC points to actually unlock that Evo. Because maybe EA decided that Evos were too worth it coins wise, and people did it too much with coins, not with FC points. That could be an option to kind of dissuade that here. And guys, once again, another day, another red player pick nostalgia post. And listen, I wouldn't hate if these came back. I wouldn't hate it at all. But just seeing a red pick of like Haaland, Neymar, and Mbappe here, the red picks were so bad. You were never, ever, ever seeing anything like this until team of the season. Tots red picks, bring them back. Sure, why not? These though, the red picks, like those took the place of like actual picks that we get now, where it's like 1 of 3 85 plus, 1 of 3 86 plus. It used to be 1 of 3 team of the week player picks, and you get an 83 team of the week and it guaranteed, and it was just pointless. So yeah, you want to bring back picks? Sure, just don't bring them back in place of something else. Because I do think we have nostalgia goggles for red player picks. As much as there is some like genuine nostalgia to be had about these, like there were some good things about them, but I think for the last 3 or 4 years, they were not good. And I worry that EA brings these back next year at the expense of like our 1 of 3 85 or 86 plus player picks, and then just less fodder for us, you know? And we can get a red 83 inform that we don't care about. And also, would sometimes not be able to be used in SBCs. They would say you need a team of the week player, and the reds didn't count. So I don't know. But okay, let's talk about the market here next. And we're seeing some fodder drops. That's nice to see. I thought it would never come. 84s, 1,100 and 1,200 coins. 85s, 3,000 right now. We're getting down to 3,000. 86s are down to 6k. 87s down to 9k-ish. These are much lower than they have been. I think this is good, actually. I don't want to buy these because they're low. I think I want to actually wait and let these drop more, and maybe look to buy for a new gamble pack that comes out maybe on Sunday, the new icon pack, but I want to let these drop more. So So this is a good sign, though, for us who want to actually invest in these at some point. So we'll talk about it in our next video. I think that may be the buy time. The only way the buy time is right now is if literally nobody opens packs for this promo and there's no gameplay demand either, and there's no like reward supply at all. I don't think that'll happen. The market actually did pretty well today, which does indicate that people are buying back. So this is a good sign, though. We'll talk about this probably for the next video that we might want to buy. And the rest of the market right now, you know, the meta golds are a ticking time bomb for the most part. Black Friday is in 2 weeks, and once that happens, usually that's the end of meta golds. You know, for example, I was thinking of like a Kunde gold, right? Kunde actually went up a lot today. I can't spell. Kunde was up like the mid 70s today, now back down to 69.5. Yeah, here he is, 75,000, was down to 67.5, and he was lower than this at some point. Yep, 60,000 right here at his lowest point, November 11th, 2 days ago. A core like this will be very in demand, of course, but like next week at this time, we're a week from Black Friday, or a little bit less than that, actually, I think, right? And the panic might have already arrived. So I think this is like your week to like get out of the golds. They probably won't drop right now much, but this is your week to get out of these guys because it's a matter of time. And by week, I mean this coming week, right? Sometime in this coming week, you know, you can even wait for this weekend league to end, but I think there's a chance that if people are more market savvy, this weekend league ends, they really sell their teams, these guys drop even more. That's when like the pre-sale begins of Black Friday. Could be this Sunday, but just be aware these meta golds, like it's kind of, you know, it's ticking time bomb to hold on to these guys right now. And okay, let's read some of your comments now. We got Metal Merch Collector says, last year you did a video on player numbers and profits, which was really interesting. And he says, I would be interested to see some data on player counts and EA's financial figures to see if it has declined since the start of the game. So one thing we can see, really the only thing we can see when it comes to this, is simply the Steam player count. And we can look at that right now. And here are the Steam charts here. So Steam charts, like the problem with this is that there's people switching over from Steam to the EA app all the time. You can't see EA app numbers. Did more people switch to PC this year? So this is actually like a bigger sample of what the player base looks like, even though obviously console is still 95% of players. You know, there's greater context in here that we just don't have at all. But FC25, November of last year, 38,000 average players and 79,000 peak player count. FC26 here has 39,000 average players and 78,000 peak player count. So 1,000 more average players, 1,000 less peak player count. It's like the exact same. And actually, it's a less percentage-wise loss from October to November than it was from last October to the next November. So this was minus 12,000. This is only minus 6,000. But obviously, that means that there was a less player base in October. So what can we make from this? Basically nothing, right? There's not really much we can make from any of that other than that's down from October, which that usually happens. And obviously, the second part to your question here is the financial figures, and EA will never show those unless it's really, really good. And in earnings calls, they obviously have to show them, but now they're going private. They do not have to show them anymore. So basically, you're just stuck guessing with whatever those look like. But the player numbers right now are the same as they were last year. And last year, it's pretty crazy because remember, we talked about how last year's numbers, like this was really, really bad for them. And the money spent from the players last year in November was horrible to the point where it was like the worst month they've had in forever. And if you look at the player count actually here, the peak players last year in November was actually the lowest that it was until August in terms of peak player count. And this year, it's peak player count again right around the same point. Now, we have not gotten to Black Friday yet. That's a big part of this. The peak player count is going to go up during the Black Friday promo. My guess is this will be more like 85,000 to 90,000. So that is better than what last year's was. But at the same time, the greater context of numbers we don't have here. And also the Steam charts are just not a really great way to look at what the player counts actually are. It's just a trend that we can see. And it's the only number that we have at all to go off of. Next up here, Daniel Sempere. Hi, JFC. Apart from the buffed AI defense, all patches have been addressing our concerns. Kickoff and corners seem better. Jockey is good. R1's at a good speed. Honestly, I think people are too dramatic when a patch comes out. The last one looks good. Give it time. And the thing is like whether the patch that came out is either the worst patch ever, the best patch ever, or literally right in between, and it's like, it's all right. It did what it wanted to do, and that's it. It wouldn't matter. You'll always have people sitting here trying to be the first ones to say, oh my God, worst patch ever, or oh my God, FIFA is saved, right? like this, the way that the reactionary landscape is now, finding takes that are like normal like this is honestly hard to find. Whether that be on the positive side like yours is, or on the negative side, like, yeah, I played it, I gave it time, didn't really like it, that's that. Or I will say, hey, let's give it time, last one looks okay. Those takes are hard to come by, and I think they're not hard to come by. Those are the majority of people's takes. It's just the fact that those don't get the reactions, those don't get the engagements. Creators don't have those takes because that's the boring take. Next up, Joey Tabor, I think. I know I'm a little late, and I don't know if you talked about this, but the primetime promo is just plain stupid. Club gets 7 points in their next 4 matches, so we gotta wait till January for a +1. This promo should have been one of the first ones. No one's gonna care when these cards get updated. It'll be team of the year time. And I said this some yesterday, but I think some of these like promos that are upgradable, it's a little like not intuitive as to when they get upgrades, as to what's going on. I think that kind of ruins it a bit. I like the team ones where it's like, hey, win a game. Now it's like club gets 7 points. So what did they get 3 games ago? Are they at 5 points, or are they at 4 points? Did they get appearances? Like what's the upgrades again? Like those could be cool. And maybe I'm being a little too harsh on this, but I feel like for these promos to hit, you need it to be like really easy to understand and kind of easy to follow. Whereas these ones nowadays are just, they're not that at all. Like they're kind of like, what's going on? And then you forget about them and you move on to cards that like are the new shiny toy next week, and then you forget. And the comments once again keep talking about how frustrating squad battles has been. And I'm sorry for a squad battles guy, because like you're not alone in this, but it sounds like it sucks. And I apologize if they they buffed the AI in squad battles. Okay, I mean, we asked for that one. All right, but I don't know. I think that's it for me. Thank you all for watching and being here. Have a wonderful weekend post Friday, and I love you all. Peace.